There are a number of other things that come to mind, especially that I played with my next door neighbor most of the time, and he was a 5-year-old boy, and he was actually 1 year older than me. His name was Darryl, and we played together a lot. He was just my best friend, and because I was such a tomboy, and I recognize that to this day, that also affected my early years. I didn't really care to play with girls, and people like my mother and my aunts and things would bring me dolls, and I didn't like dolls. I didn't want to play with them. I was polite and said okay, you know, thank you and all that, but I wanted to play in the trees, and we would climb trees, and we had rubber gun fights, and Darryl and I were just, you know, the best friends. And also my brother Duke, who was 2 years older than me, then was part of that threesome. We played together a lot. He was a good friend as well. I love my brother Duke, and of course I love my brother Jim, but he and I fought a lot. Jim and I were always fighting. And one of the things that we did a couple of really bad things, Darryl and I did. And one of them was Darryl's folks were running this gas station, and Darryl would go and steal money out of his dad's till in the gas station, and he put it in a tobacco can. It's just, you know, those little tobacco cans. He put the money in there, and then he and I would go out of town a little ways on our bikes, and we would stash the money under a railroad. What do you call those, railroad bridges or railroad? And we had this money out there in these tobacco cans. I don't remember whatever happened to that money. We didn't spend it, but I don't remember whatever happened to that money. And the other thing we did, probably before we started with this money thing, was we decided we were going to build a fire in the basement of Darryl's house. And we had to climb up on a chair to get the matches. They were in a matchbox up high in the basement, up on the wall. And I don't remember if Darryl or I got the matches. I just don't remember that. But we got some paper, and we started the fire underneath a big pile of tires that were in the basement. And, you know, God knows what we were up to there. I mean, so the fire started. The tires started to burn, and we panicked. And I can remember running up the stairs of the basement, running outside, and one of us got a hold of somebody. I don't remember if it was my folks or whoever, but they called the fire department, got the fire out before the house burned down. And there wasn't a whole lot of damage, but we were in big time trouble, big time. And I remember then being put in this room that was eventually a bathroom, and being put in there for a long time. I don't know how long, but it was very bad. And I also remember that my folks were upset because Darryl didn't really get punished, but they weren't going to let me get by with not being punished.